Building wealth isn't exclusive, it's not just for the lucky few. Real wealth is something you can build no matter where you're starting from. The journey to financial freedom is a marathon, open to anyone ready to work and stay dedicated. It requires a plan and discipline. This is about building a strong foundation with solid habits and long-term thinking. Your financial future is in your hands. Many people believe that wealth is a product of luck. They see a successful person and think, wow, they must have gotten lucky. Maybe they think that person was just in the right place at the right time, or perhaps they inherited a large sum of money. While luck can certainly play a role in life, it is not the foundation upon which lasting wealth is built. Relying on luck is like trying to win a marathon by waiting for a strong gust of wind to push you across the finish line. It's not a strategy. True financial success comes from something much more reliable: dedication and determination. Think about it this way. Two people can start with the exact same salary and the exact same opportunities. One person spends their money without a second thought, living paycheck to paycheck and hoping for a big raise. The other person creates a budget, saves a small portion of every paycheck, and invests it wisely. 10 years later, their financial situations will be worlds apart. Was it luck that created this difference? Absolutely not. It was a series of deliberate choices repeated over and over again. It was the dedication to a plan and the determination to see it through, even when it was difficult. This is fantastic news for you. It means that your financial destiny is not predetermined. You don't have to wait for a lucky break that may never come. You can start creating your own luck right now. Every time you choose to save instead of spend, you are creating your own luck. Every time you learn a little more about investing, you are creating your own luck. Every time you stick to your financial plan, you are building the future you deserve. Wealth isn't something that happens to you, it's something you actively build, brick by brick with your own two hands. So, let's stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity. The perfect moment is now. Your determination is the single most important asset you have on this journey. It's more valuable than a high-paying job or a stock tip from a friend. Your determination will keep you going when you face setbacks. It will help you stay focused on your long-term goals. It will empower you to say no to instant gratification in favor of future security. You are the architect of your financial life. Let's start drawing up the blueprints. Before we can build a strong financial future, we need to tear down the old rotten structures that are holding us back. The money myths we're taught to believe. One of the biggest myths is that you need a lot of money to start investing. Thanks to modern technology, anyone can start investing with as little as $1. Another common myth is that building wealth requires taking huge risks. In reality, slow and steady wins the race. Finally, there's the myth that you have to be a financial genius to manage your money. But the fundamentals of personal finance are incredibly simple. Spend less than you earn, save the difference, and invest it for the long term. Let's tackle the biggest myth. You need a huge pile of cash to get in the game. This idea is not just wrong, it's incredibly destructive to your financial future. The truth is, you don't need to be rich to start investing. You just need to start. It starts with your first dollar saved, your first dollar invested. Today, with modern brokerage apps and fractional shares, the barrier to entry has been completely demolished. The amount you begin with is far less important than the habit you are building. Time is your greatest ally in this journey. It's the secret ingredient that turns small, consistent contributions into a massive fortune. So, let's officially bust this myth. You do not need a lot of money to start, you just need to start, period. The myth is that building wealth requires massive risks. People think, that's not for me, I'm not a gambler. And they're right. Real wealth building is boring. Invest consistently in a diversified portfolio, that's it. By investing in broad market index funds or ETFs, you own a tiny piece of thousands of the largest companies in the world. Forget risking it all. Play the long game. Prioritize consistency. It's about intelligently managing risk. Here's a myth. You need to be a financial genius to build wealth. All the jargon, alpha, beta, PE ratios, can make finance seem intimidating. But the truth? The basics are simple. Spend less than you earn and invest the difference. You don't need to be a math whiz or read financial news every day. Most of the complexity is just noise, designed to make professionals seem indispensable. If you master the fundamentals, budgeting, saving, and investing in low-cost index funds, you're ahead of most people. Think of it like driving. You don't need to know how the engine works, just the rules of the road. With a little learning and simple strategies, you can manage your own financial future. Even legendary investors like Warren Buffett keep it simple and focus on the long term. Next, we'll cover the three essentials: mindset, consistency, and determination. Your most powerful financial tool isn't an app, it's your mindset. If you believe you're destined to be broke, your actions will follow. A scarcity mindset sees only risk. An abundance mindset sees opportunity. Start by changing your self-talk. Say, "I'm learning to be better with money." Believe you're worthy and capable of building wealth. Surround yourself with positive financial influences. Books, podcasts, people who've succeeded. Notice how they focus on growth and long-term vision, not daily fears. Money is a tool, not a source of stress. Adopting an abundance mindset costs nothing, but it changes everything. This is your first step toward financial freedom. After mindset, consistency is key. Building wealth isn't about one big sacrifice, it's about small, repeated actions. Like going to the gym, results come from showing up regularly, not one heroic effort. Automate your savings and investments so you don't have to rely on willpower. Set up automatic transfers the day you get paid, pay yourself first. Consistency turns good intentions into real results. Systems and habits matter more than motivation. Even on tough days, your plan keeps you on track. Over time, these small actions compound into real wealth. Consistency is the engine of your financial journey. Determination is your fuel when things get tough. Markets crash, expenses pop up, and temptations are everywhere. Your why, your reason for building wealth, keeps you going. Write it down and revisit it when you feel discouraged. During crises, determined investors stay focused on long-term goals. They don't panic, they see setbacks as temporary. Building wealth isn't smooth, it's messy and challenging. Determination is mental toughness, sticking to your plan through ups and downs. Setbacks aren't failures, just detours. Your belief in your goal will carry you through any obstacle. Now, let's get practical. Budgeting and smart spending. A budget isn't about restriction, it's about intention. It lets you spend on what matters and cut what doesn't. Most people don't know where their money goes. Budgeting gives you clarity. Once you see your spending, you can make better choices. Smart spending means maximizing happiness per dollar, not being cheap. Cut mindless expenses and redirect money to your goals. Be frugal, not stingy. Focus on value, not just price. Take control. Be an active manager of your money, not a passive spender. Intentional spending is a powerful habit for building wealth. Here's a story about small habits. Alex and Ben start the same job with the same salary. Ben spends on daily coffee, lunches, and unused subscriptions. Alex brews coffee at home, packs lunch, and cuts unnecessary expenses. The difference? About $500 a month. Ben lives paycheck to paycheck. Alex invests the extra money. After 10 years, Alex's small choices add up to over $85,000. It wasn't luck or a big windfall, just daily discipline. Your financial destiny is shaped by these everyday decisions. Small, consistent habits make all the difference. Okay, the story of Alex and Ben is inspiring, but how do you actually apply it? Where do you start? I don't want you to just feel motivated, I want you to take action. So here is your first, simple, actionable step. It's a popular budgeting framework called the 50-30-20 rule. It's a fantastic starting point because it's easy to understand and implement. You don't need a complicated spreadsheet or fancy software. All you need is to know your after-tax income and a willingness to get started. This is your call to action. I want you to sit down after reading this and apply this rule to your own finances. Here's how it works. You take your monthly take-home pay and divide it into 3 categories. The first 50% goes toward your needs. These are the absolute essentials you must pay to live. This category includes your rent or mortgage, utility bills, essential groceries, transportation to work, and minimum debt payments. These are the non-negotiable expenses. If you're spending more than 50% of your income on needs, it might be a sign that your housing or car costs are too high for your current income. The next 30% of your income is allocated to your wants. This is the fun category. This is where you have permission to spend on things that make your life more enjoyable. It includes dining out, shopping for clothes, your hobbies, entertainment like movies or streaming, and vacations. The 50-30-20 rule is not about deprivation. It explicitly carves out a significant portion of your income for you to enjoy. By defining this category, you can spend guilt-free on your wants, knowing that your needs are covered and your future is being taken care of. Finally, and most importantly, the last 20% is for your financial goals. This is your savings and investments bucket. This money should be used to build an emergency fund, pay off high-interest debt aggressively, and, most critically, invest for your future. This 20% is you paying your future self first. This is the portion that will build your wealth. Your first action step is to calculate these three numbers for your own income. See how your current spending stacks up. This simple exercise will give you a clear, powerful snapshot of your financial life and a roadmap for where you need to make changes. Do it today. We've talked about habits and budgeting, the engine of wealth building. Now, a long-term perspective. Many falter here, checking portfolios daily, reacting to every up and down. Wealth isn't built in a day. It's a patient strategy over decades. See the market as economic growth, not a casino. You're a part owner in innovative companies. Over time, it's a winning bet. The long game protects against fear and greed. It's a shield against emotions. Automate investments. Ignore them. Be consistent, patient, and disciplined. Let time do the heavy lifting. That's playing the long game. It's not a matter of if the market will panic, but when. Market downturns and crashes are a guaranteed part of investing. They're as natural as the changing of the seasons. Your portfolio value will drop. Every instinct will tell you to run. In most cases, the answer is simple: do nothing. You invested in a diversified portfolio with the understanding that there would be volatility. Selling after a big drop is the worst thing you can do. The market has recovered from every crash in its history. It's a fire sale, and whatever you do, do not panic sell. The journey to financial freedom is a marathon. You might see your friends taking lavish vacations or buying new cars and question your sacrifices. Celebrate small wins to stay motivated. Visualize your future. What does financial freedom look like for you? Finally, find a community, share your goals, and celebrate successes together. With the right support, you can keep moving forward. We've covered a lot in this essay. We've torn down the myths that tell you wealth is out of reach. We've talked about the power of your mindset and the grit required to see this through. But all of this information is useless if you don't take action. The journey to financial freedom begins the moment you decide to apply what you've learned. You now possess the foundational knowledge that has helped countless ordinary people build extraordinary lives. This is your one financial life. Make it count. All it takes is the dedication to start and the determination to keep going, one day at a time. Take one small concrete action right now. What matters is that you start. It starts now. Let's quickly review the essential tools we've put in your financial toolkit. Think of this as your cheat sheet for building wealth. First, we shattered the myths. You don't need a lot of money to start, you don't need to take huge risks, and you certainly don't need to be a financial genius. These are just excuses that keep you on the sidelines. Your journey begins with the belief that this is possible for you. Your mindset is the foundation. You must cultivate an abundance mindset and believe in your ability to succeed. See money as a tool and yourself as its capable manager, learning and growing along the way. Next, we focused on the twin engines of success: dedication and determination. Dedication is the quiet habit of consistency. It's about automating your finances, paying yourself first, and sticking to your plan even when you don't feel motivated. It's the unglamorous but powerful engine that drives your progress. Determination is the fuel for that engine. It's your deep, personal why that keeps you going through tough times. It's the resilience you'll need when the market panics, or when you feel tempted to give up. Write down your goals and keep them visible to fuel your resolve. Then, we got tactical. The foundation of your control is a budget. We introduced the 50-30-20 rule as a simple but powerful framework to tell your money where to go. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and a non-negotiable 20% for savings and investments. This isn't about restriction, it's about intentionality. This plan ensures you cover your essentials, enjoy your life today, and build a secure and wealthy future. This is your practical roadmap to turning your income into real, lasting wealth. It is the most fundamental habit you must build to take charge of your financial life. Finally, we covered the investor's long-term strategy. Your job is not to time the market, but to have time in the market. You do this by investing consistently in diversified, low-cost index funds and holding them for the long haul. Market crashes are not a reason to panic. They are opportunities to buy more at a discount. Your greatest allies are time and compound interest. By automating your investments and staying the course, you allow these powerful forces to do the heavy lifting for you. This patient, disciplined approach is the most reliable path to financial independence. The path to financial freedom is not complicated, but that doesn't mean it's easy. It requires a shift in your mindset and a commitment to your future self. It requires saying no to some things today so you can say yes to everything tomorrow. There will be challenges, there will be moments of doubt, but I want you to remember that every successful person started from zero. They all had a day one. Today can be your day one. The power to change your financial trajectory is not in some secret formula or exclusive club. It is within you, right now. It is in your dedication and your determination. You have everything you need to begin. Don't let the pursuit of a perfect plan stop you from starting a good one. The simple plan we've outlined here is more than enough to make you wealthy over time if you stick with it. Start small, build good habits, automate your savings, and invest for the long term. Trust the process. Be patient with yourself and with your progress. Every dollar you save and invest is a vote for the future you want to create. You are building a life of freedom, choice, and security, one step at a time. I am incredibly excited for what you can achieve. Believe in the future you are building. The sacrifices you make today will seem insignificant compared to the freedom you will gain. The discipline you cultivate will become second nature, and the wealth you build will give you options you can't even imagine right now. You can do this. The journey will be one of the most rewarding endeavors of your life, not just for the wealth you accumulate, but for the person you become along the way, disciplined, resilient, and forward-thinking. Your future self will thank you for the choices you are about to make. Now go out there and start building. Disclaimer. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor, and this essay is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The information provided here is not financial advice. Personal finance is personal, and you should always do your own research and consider your unique circumstances. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Before making any significant financial decisions, it is highly recommended that you consult with a qualified and licensed financial professional who can provide advice tailored to your specific situation and goals.